14-year-old boy who lost his left arm in a car accident decided to study judo with an old Japanese master. After 3 months, the boy knew only one move and questioned the sensei. The sensei replied, "This is the only move you need to know." Trusting his teacher, the boy continued training. At his first tournament, he won his first 2 matches with ease. In the 3rd match, his opponent charged, and the boy used his single move to win. In the finals, against a stronger, more experienced opponent, the boy seemed overmatched. The referee was about to stop the match, but the sensei insisted he continue. When the match resumed, the opponent made a critical mistake and dropped his guard. The boy used his move to pin him and win the tournament. Later, the boy asked the sensei how he had won with just one move. The sensei explained, "You mastered one of the most difficult throws in judo, and the only defense is to grab your left arm, which you don't have." This showed that what seemed like a weakness could be a strength. Focus on what you can control and approach life with a positive mindset. A wealthy man's son was graduating college and had been asking his father for a new car for months, knowing his father had ample wealth. On graduation day, the father called him into his study and handed him a wrapped gift, congratulating him on his achievement. The son, looking disappointed, opened the gift to find a beautiful leather journal with his name embossed on the cover. Upset, he threw the journal down and stormed out, not seeing his father again. Years later, the son became successful and rich, with a lovely family and home. He realized his father was aging and decided to mend their relationship. Just then, he received a message that his father had passed, and he had to return home to take care of the estate. While sorting through his father's papers, he found the journal, still pristine. As he flipped through its pages, a car key fell out, attached to a tag reading, "Paid in full. Wherever this car takes you, write about it to remember it forever. Love, Dad." Sometimes, what we initially perceive as disappointment can turn out to be a much greater gift.
Long ago, in ancient times, a king placed a boulder in the middle of a road, and then hid to see if anyone would move it. Many of his wealthiest merchants and courtiers passed by, simply walking around it and complaining about the king's failure to keep the roads clear. Yet, none of them took action to remove the stone. Eventually, a peasant carrying a heavy load came along. Upon reaching the boulder, he set down his burden and made a determined effort to move the stone. After considerable effort, he succeeded. When he returned to collect his load, he discovered a purse where the boulder had been. Inside were gold coins and a note from the king, explaining that the gold was a reward for the person who removed the boulder. This story illustrates that while some people complain about obstacles, others find opportunities through their willingness to act and improve their circumstances.
Once there was a Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, his neighbors gathered to express their sympathy. They said, "We're so sorry to hear about your horse. This is truly terrible." The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned, bringing with it 7 wild horses. In the evening, the neighbors came by again, exclaiming, "How fortunate! Now you have 8 horses." The farmer simply said, "Maybe." The following day, his son attempted to break one of the new horses and was thrown, breaking his leg. The neighbors, upon hearing this, said, "Oh, that's too bad." The farmer responded, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers arrived to draft people into the army, but they exempted the farmer's son due to his broken leg. Once more, the neighbors came around saying, "Isn't that great?" Again, the farmer said, "Maybe." In life, events are often unpredictable, and their true significance may not be clear right away. Sometimes, we need to be patient and wait to understand the true impact of an event. A man and his son were walking through the forest hills when the boy stumbled and cried out, "Ah!" The mountain echoed back, "Ah!" Curious, the boy shouted, "Who is this?" And the voice replied, "Who is this?" Frustrated, he yelled, "You are stupid!" and heard, "You are stupid!" The boy asked his father what was happening. The father said to observe closely. The father then shouted, "You are very nice!" And the voice echoed, "You are very nice." He said, "Thank you." And the voice repeated, "Thank you." The boy was surprised, but confused. The father explained, "Son, what you're experiencing is called resonance. It demonstrates a fundamental truth about life. Life reflects your actions. What you give to others will come back to you in the same way. In life, our experiences are not mere coincidences, but reflections of our own behavior.